The Nasrima culture is like an American culture from an outside perspective, and how like the United States runs from in how it does internally. So like how the Pacific Northwesterns like myself are going to be completely different from someone in the South. But we may grow up with some of the same ideologies. They aren't all going to completely line up. Like Southerners are way more friendly and like do it yourself, while Northwesterns like me were like kind of cozied in, shut out sometimes, especially during the winter months. We don't want to be out and seeing people. So it's just like how someone from like say France or Germany would view our perspective of how we live our lives, and how we're all so different compared to how everyone from Germany or France, they're all almost exactly the same in their own ways and follow the same ideology principles. Something I see in the American culture that's similar to this is like the Super Bowl and how it's grown. But like outsiders, they aren't going to see it the same. Like, yes, they have stuff like the World Cup or soccer games, but it's nowhere near the same as how Americans treat the Super Bowl every year and how excited we get, how we all come together as a whole. It's like a huge connection piece. Like during the month of February, it's all you're going to hear someone talking about that's a football fan. The Super Bowl has changed dramatically through recent years. Like it used to be just this little event. It was a big football game once a year. But as history's gone through, and the more football's grown, the more the population of the United States has grown. We have seen further growth in this because of it. The more bond to get together, especially with the growth of social media too. We've seen this difference because of it, with people connecting over that, talking about it, with fantasy football leagues with people around the United States. It doesn't matter, but it's something that we care about and we see as a whole, and we bring with us. It's grown, it's seen changes, it's gotten from this little once a year event to a 17 game long season, into playoffs, into a break in between the game, into a huge once a year event where people are all together, whether you haven't seen someone the whole year and they come into town to the Super Bowl party, or someone's been busy with work. This is a time of year where someone's going to go off work, they're going to sit with you, they're going to watch that whole game, they're going to watch the pregame, they're going to eat the food with you, because that's what it is. It's just like a huge bonding experience. It doesn't matter what your background is, what your culture is. It is the event for Americans. The benefits the Super Bowl has brought, especially to the economy, like somewhere in Vegas, like in a Wall Street Journal article titled "Super Bowl Draws Big Spending to Vegas," it's a huge economic growth. You see a large chunk of population come in to spend, come to the game, buy food, stay in hotels, and it's just feeding into that economy. And then after the Super Bowl, you see prices go down for a little bit of time until that is eaten up by the economy again, because that's just the way America runs currently, with little to no profit from anything anymore. But you see TV studios, gas stations, promotions everywhere. The gas prices go down. They get more revenue during this time. Hotels are seeing a huge spike in their revenue. All of this, especially Vegas. I believe it was 2 years ago or last year that the Super Bowl took place there. Casinos, hotels, golf courses, everything you could ever imagine, all in one place. And then the game that everyone wants to go to is on like everyone's bucket list. If you're in America, you want to see the Super Bowl once in your life, in person, that is, because I watch it every year at home. But it brings in huge economic growth. It makes changes. It brings people together. It's like no matter what is going on during this time of year, you are all coming together. You're all speaking. You all want to discuss what's going on. You want to talk about which team you want to win. You want to talk about which team you don't want to win. It's like a whole year discussion in the making until that day actually comes and you just come together as a whole. Well, we may have our disputes of which team's going to win, which team's not going to win, which team we want, which team they want. We're all together in one place watching this game, cheering, arguing, discussing. It's just like a huge bonding experience that you don't really notice until you actually dig deeper into it and think about what this event is. That's why it's like my favorite time of year, with my birthday being the following week too. It's just like I'm seeing all my family, I'm watching my favorite sport, I'm in one place with all the people I've not seen in I don't even know how long. That's just my opinions on it. I know some people hate the event. But to me, I see it as a time when everyone comes together, and I feel like an outside culture like France or Germany, they can understand it because of how they have their feelings for soccer, but it's nowhere near the same as how we feel towards football, because that is America's sport outside of baseball. But we don't need to get into that.